I cheated with another woman and lost it all. I used to believe happiness had a shape, a timeline, a beginning that promised an ending just as certain. We met in college. 19 years old. Two people who felt instantly familiar. Soulmates. That word felt obvious back then. 12 years of marriage followed. Quiet years. Predictable. Comfortable. Good years. Sebastian was steady in ways I mistook for permanence. Athletic. Disciplined. The kind of man whose body carried purpose. Strong arms that lifted our children effortlessly. Hands that fixed what broke. A great father. The kind our kids, 8 and 9, trusted without question, like the world made sense because he existed. He kissed me the same way every morning. Forehead. Cheek. Safe. And I began to crave danger. Life became too clean. Too quiet. Too predictable. Love was there, but desire had dulled. Boredom creeps in silently, like smoke through a keyhole. And I let it in. I met her at the school mums group. She laughed too loudly. Stood too close. Her eyes lingered. Her stories dazzled. College nights, reckless choices, women who made her burn, live, sin without regret. I listened. Too closely. Friendship came first. Coffee. Walks. Long conversations that became confessions. The brush of her knee against mine. The way her fingers lingered on my arm. It wasn't innocent curiosity for long. I kissed her in her kitchen one afternoon while the children were at school. And I wanted it to last forever. The thrill. The secrecy. The delicious wrongness. The way her hands explored me like I was new. I felt alive in ways I hadn't in years. I lied to Sebastian. I hid my phone. Took calls in another room. Packed my own excitement into secret moments while pretending nothing had changed. He noticed. Of course he noticed. Sebastian, who knew every rhythm of our lives, heard the offbeat immediately. The phone face down. Passwords changed. My body stiffened when he touched me unexpectedly. He didn't shout. He investigated quietly. Evidence prepares a heart before the truth arrives. I told him I had a business trip. Packed carefully. Kissed the children goodbye. And kissed him last. Longer than usual. As if my body already knew the betrayal it was about to perform. I met her instead. It was reckless. Seedy. Full of lust and whispered confessions. I didn't think about Sebastian then. I only thought about myself, and what it felt like to be wanted like that. I didn't know he followed. When I opened the hotel door and saw Sebastian standing there, everything ended. Just devastation. I confessed everything. The boredom. The desire. The affair. I begged. I pleaded. I offered my body, my honesty, my future. Anything. But what confused him most wasn't just that I had betrayed him. It was who I had betrayed him with. A woman. I saw it in his face, the disbelief, the way his mind sought footing and found none. This wasn't the betrayal he expected. It wasn't someone he could measure himself against. It cracked something deeper. Had I always wanted women? Had I ever really wanted him? Was our marriage real? Or just a role I had perfected until something truer came along? I didn't know. I had loved him. And yet even that truth sounded like another lie. For him, the betrayal doubled. Not just infidelity, but revision. Every memory suddenly suspect. Every touch re-examined. If I could want her, what had he been to me? A placeholder? A safety? A life I borrowed while waiting to become someone else? And so the months of pleading began. I begged through every stage of the divorce. Emails, letters, courtroom corridors, quiet moments outside offices. I cried in front of lawyers. In front of strangers. I apologized until the words lost meaning. I offered to do anything, therapy, transparency, penance. But he didn't need my explanations. He needed safety. He needed truth. My family didn't know how to look at me. They whispered my name. Lowered their voices. Confusion turned to discomfort. Discomfort turned to shame. Friends disappeared. Others stayed only long enough to ask why. I became the cautionary tale everyone avoided. My life shrank. I lost the house, the neighborhood, the permanence I had taken for granted. I downsized repeatedly, smaller apartment, quieter street, no space for guests. Money became anxiety. legal fees, support payments, starting over in middle age with gaps no one wanted to hear about. Dignity dissolved faster than material things. At school events, I stood on the edges, watching families cluster in shapes I could no longer join. People whispered, avoided me, judged me. I became a pariah. And through it all, Sebastian rebuilt. And he didn't do it alone. Family closed ranks around him. Friends showed up, with meals, school pickups, quiet presents. They believed him, trusted him, supported him without question. He accepted it. He didn't isolate himself in shame like I did. He focused on routine, stability, health. He ran again, not to escape, but to ground himself. He rebuilt our children's lives brick by brick. Homework, dinners, bedtime stories. Slowly his laughter returned. Earned. Solid. People gravitated toward him naturally. While my world contracted, his expanded. I loved him. And that is the cruelest truth. I loved him, and still chose differently. Some doors don't slam shut. They seal. Quietly. Forever. I didn't just lose my marriage. I lost the life I was trusted to protect. And I lost more than that. Time didn't heal me. It only reminded me. Every empty apartment. Every lonely weekend. Every whispered judgment from strangers, friends, even family. I had no laughter. No joy. No peace. I had only regret. And a life diminished, fragment by fragment. Sebastian thrived. I survived. And in that quiet, unbearable contrast, I realized the truth I could not undo. Some mistakes cannot be forgiven. Some trust cannot be rebuilt. Some lives cannot be reclaimed once the choice has been made. I had everything, and I threw it away. Forever.
If you enjoyed this story, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and get ready for the next one.